Hi guys, so I hope this will be the last audio-only Comic-Con discussion you will see. I figured out a way to do screen recordings where the trailers don't look super choppy and such, so I think starting with the trailer discussion following our Rugrats discussion, things should be getting back to normal. So please enjoy our Rugrats discussion. Hello again.
Hello!
And Gabby is an off-screen ghost this time, I guess. So, hey guys, so this is not a Comic-Con trailer per se, since I couldn't find anything related to the Rugrats on the Nickelodeon official YouTube channel, but since there was the news of the reboot just before Comic-Con hit, I figured why not? Why don't we just talk about this anyway? So I would say we're pretty familiar with the Rugrats.
That would be an accurate statement. Yep.
Yeah. In fact, for you, was it one of the first Nickelodeon proper shows that you've heard of? For me, I remember I used to. Wow, this is really going back. When I was a little kid, I used to be a fan of Little Bear. And do you remember that show?
I know Little Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really cute show.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked that one.
Yeah, and the VHS.
That made me think of Franklin.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
But, and as I was saying, in the Little Bear videotapes I would see would always have commercials for this show called Rugrats. And it was just oh, it's a show about these babies and them playing around and exploring the world from babies' perspective. And I thought, okay, that's cool. And I was actually kind of fascinated, and I did see several of the episodes then and now. Funny enough, at the time, my mom didn't really want me watching them because she was thinking, why are they talking so improperly? And I'm just it's not like they're gang members, they're just babies. Of course they're not going to say things properly and so forth.
Yeah. For me, it was just kind of I was very, I guess you could say, lonesome child. So I spent a lot of time in front of the TV, flipping channels, and I had just come across stuff like that playing, and well, I ended up watching it quite a bit, along with I think I used to also watch Cat Dog.
Yeah, same
Cat
here.
Dog. And I think I mentioned this before. My fun fact: my first stuffed animal was named Tommy because of the Rugrats.
You named only because the main character of Rugrats is Tommy?
Yup, that was exactly what I was thinking of when I did it.
I see. But yeah, I definitely remember seeing several episodes. I mean, among the ones I've seen, I saw The Murmur on the Orient Express. Have you seen that one, Gabby?
I don't remember. It sounds slightly familiar.
They were on a train, and Chucky's all scared. And that's actually a good example, because Chucky, says the line, "This ain't no choo-choo!" And that's the kind of talk that, my mom would hate. It's just that sounds like something a gang member would say.
How does that sound? Oh, yeah, that sounds so ghetto and gangster. Choo-choo!
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't mess with the choo-choo, man. don't mess with the choo-choo.
And now Gabby is back.
Hello.
Yeah. And what are the other ones? Did you see Chucky's glasses?
I think I have. That does sound familiar.
Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of others. Have you seen the movies?
I saw... Yes, I did see the Rugrats movie. The one where they're,
Lost in the Woods?
Yeah. And I think I also saw at least parts of... What was it called where they were with the wild thornberries?
Rugrats Go Wild?
Yeah! I also did used to watch that, though not as much, with the wild thornberries. Smashing!
Have you seen Rugrats in Paris?
I think I did.
You did?
I think I did. Isn't that one where they're trying to get they try to press that button on the plane because they're like, we're gonna get you a mommy, Chucky.
Yeah, that was the idea, although I don't remember that particular scene.
Yeah, because they see the button, and they just see a lady, right? And they're like, Chucky, look at you can ask for a mummy. Let's get you a mummy, Chucky. So they plot this thing on the plane where they're trying to climb up. and reach that button,
Mm-hmm.
not knowing that it was like the air. What's it called?
Airbag thingy majig, I think.
No. The lady that comes up is like, oh, do you want a drink or do you want a? I don't know what it's called. You know, she comes up to you and she asks you if you need anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that lady.
Yeah,
that was what the button was for, and that's why it was like the picture of the lady, because it'll call someone.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, oh, we're gonna get you mommy.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
So then, yeah, that was all good fun. And the reason we're talking about Rugrats today is there's word of a reboot coming. Yep, Nickelodeon has ordered a 26 episode reboot. And by the way, just before we keep going, I know a lot of people wonder if I look at notes while I'm doing videos. I usually do. It's often on my computer as I'm recording. Today I'm on my iPhone since we're, screen recording. But just to get that out of the way. So 26 episode reboot. And actually, it's interesting because when I first heard the news, I got kind of Powerpuff Girls reboot vibes, and that where is this going? But one I don't know if I call this a good thing, but one bright spot is that the three creators, Arlene Klasky, Gabor Chupo, if I pronounce the name correctly, and Paul Germain, are all coming back as executive producers, and we'll have the original cast: Tommy, Chucky, Phil, Lil, Susie, and Angelica.
Oh,
and,
snap!
Yeah, I know there's some people out there, like I watched the YouTuber Pie Guy Rules' video on this as my computer is freezing, but I think we'll be good. But I don't think it's going to be like, the Rugrats grown up, because I have a quote here from Nickelodeon's interim president, and it says, quote, Rugrats is hands down one of the most celebrated cartoons in TV history, and we are thrilled for a whole new audience to meet these iconic characters and brand new adventures. What was true in 1991 when the original show premiered is still true today. Kids are fascinated with the world of babies. We can't wait for today's kids to meet Tommy, Chucky, and Dal. So I think going off of that, it's a sign that it's going to be, the Rugrats babies as we know them.
I'm pretty excited. I mean, again, I'm looking at it. It's Nickelodeon. I've pretty good experiences judging from how it went with Hey Arnold. So,
yeah, that was the only complete one that we got, and that was a good movie. And in that case, kind of like the Rugrats, the original creator came back. In this case, it was Craig Bartlett. So with this Rugrats reboot, I was kind of questioning, because at least with something like Hey Arnold or even the Powerpuff Girls, I could still see episodes still coming out. Like with Hey Arnold, we still had some unsolved things, like Arnold's relationship with Helga and Arnold finding his parents, which was the main idea of the Hey Arnold Jungle movie.
Right.
And with the Powerpuff Girls, because it's sort of a satire, I could definitely see it gelling with, more modern culture. But in the case of Rugrats, I'm kind of on the more skeptical side. And the interesting thing was, I watched some of the episodes from season 9 of the Rugrats. I saw the one where they're trying to pick out a name for a new dog, and there was the episode Hurricane Alice, where they confused a girl whose name is Alice for, oh, that's the hurricane, it's this girl who's flipping around stuff, and it's just, for whatever reason, and I would be able to tell if I was personally bored, because I've seen a couple episodes of the modern Simpsons, and I'm just honestly really bored when I'm watching. But the Rugrats, I get the sense of, what are they going to do now? You know what I'm saying, with their reboot.
That's true. Not to mention, that's not the first time they've essentially brought them back.
I think the All Grown Up reboot, which I've seen episodes of, I kind of feel that's kind of more of a what if scenario rather than a sequel.
That's true. I can definitely see that. But then for me, it's just kind of like, what are they gonna do different? Because there's not a lot to do differently. I can't really come up with anything in particular. Yeah, just because, I don't know, just the animation style and, the way,
Rugrats does dialogue, there's something about it that just feels like, it's its own style, that it feels like if it was modernized, it's very hard to imagine. In a sense, I guess you could say, I felt if they tried modernizing it, it would kind of take away from the Rugrats style. With something like, DuckTales or Powerpuff Girls, even though, yeah, the reboot sucked, but it's just, I could see, modernizing it being a benefit, but in this case, I'm not really sure. If they keep it just as is, like they don't change something, like maybe it'll be like more polished animation, which will probably
Right.
be the extended reboot, then, who am I to criticize it because technically it works, right?
Right. And I mean, the other thing, going like looking at DuckTales, they had another art style to go off of too with the comics.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of gave it an extra interesting kind of twist as well, because we hadn't seen that kind of style really incorporated that way before. So it was still something cool to see.
Right.
Though we don't really have that again with the Rugrats, because it's just kind of like, oh well, we have the show, and that's it.
Yeah, and probably something. So I think in terms of Rugrats series, I definitely watch it. I'm just wondering what are they going to do differently this time. Now, the other news that came out, and by the way, there is no set release date for the show, but it's probably going to be around 2020 because Nickelodeon announced, or I think it is Nickelodeon, they announced that there's going to be a movie coming from Paramount Players, and it's going to be a live-action movie with CG characters, which I'm guessing they just didn't want to train. Yeah, you see, we're having the exact same reaction. Can you imagine, like, this? Like, I'm pointing at the TV screen, but it's like, in, like, live action. Not that you should judge people if they actually have heads like that. Like, I'm sure they're amazing people,
No,
but it's just like...
No, it's not that. It's just, oh, no. That, I get it. Alvin and the Chipmunks or Smurf vibe from it. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I don't like that one tiny bit. I want to get the vibe of, like, Sponge Out of Water for SpongeBob. I heard that one was okay. I heard that one was okay.
I like the character designs in Sponge Out of Water, but given that, it's the SpongeBob characters, you got SpongeBob, Patrick Squidward. I mean, okay, we can still definitely see them in an animated way, but it's like, Rugrats, it feels kind of out of place. Like, I kind of liken it to how it'll probably feel like, it's going to feel like an Uncanny Valley sort of thing. Like,
yeah. Also, why would you do CG when they're supposed to be babies? Like, at least for SpongeBob, there were anthropomorphic sea creatures, so that's still more cartoony.
Mm-hmm.
But these are human babies.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I don't know. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I could tell that, unless it's like really crap CG. But it's like, if it's like, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I could just tell you're not, touching or holding the hand of a real character. Like, I'm not one of those people, but I just feel this huge disconnect. Even if you can't quite explain it, I just feel it's gonna be
there.
Yeah,
it's just the fact that you know what they're supposed to be, but they're not. It's just a strange way of, showing it. Like, I'll be surprised if they make it work. Like, I'm not gonna say they can't.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on how they go about it. But it wouldn't be my first thought. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I know part of the Rugrats appeal, and they didn't, like, straight up say what they're going to do with the CG movie in terms of how they were going to style it. But we know that since, Rugrats are babies, and we know that, getting a baby to act isn't the easiest thing. And we're not saying we want, and, like, I don't know about you, Gabby, but it's just, like, I hope they don't pull a baby genius. Which,
that's what I was thinking, too.
Which, actually, for me, that doesn't freak me out. I think those movies look kind of stupid, but it's just, like, are they going to, like... I think an example of a super out-of-place movie with a baby is something like Son of the Mask.
Son of the Mask was funny, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought it was funny, and it has, what is his name? Alan Cumming?
I guess.
The guy who played Loki?
Loki?
Yeah.
Alan Cumming.
Son of the Mask.
The guy who played Loki, wasn't that Bob Hoskins?
Bob Hoskins, never heard that name before.
Same guy who played Eddie from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
No, I definitely don't. Yeah, it was Alan Cumming. Yeah, he played Loki in Son of the Mask.
Pretty sure.
See this guy, see?
Oh, right!
Yeah.
I got them confused. Yes.
I got him, yeah. Well, usually I'm the one messing up this, so I'm really happy.
Well, congratulations. But anyway,
I also really love Alan Cumming. Oh, yes. If you're listening, I'm a big fan. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm done.
But I don't know. I just feel like I would really have to see how this is going to work. Maybe it will. Oh, I've been blown away before, but in terms of like, I just don't know, because if it's like they make it super CG, it's going to feel really out of place. But if they look, more human, like they look realistic, but they still have the kind of potato-shaped heads, I'm just like, okay, that's going to look very Uncanny Valley-ish,
Who knows? They might be able to make that into an appeal,
I know. I'm not saying, I'm never going to go see, because, like, ultimate, as I always say, you can only really shut something down when you see the final product, but you have every right to speculate what it's going to be.
Yeah, just don't let that be what you base your whole experience off.
Exactly. So
now I'm interested, and I'm probably going to check it out just for the sake of seeing what the heck they do.
Yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see. Again, the Reboot series, they didn't give a set release date. I'm imagining it could be either before. I would prefer if it was before, but I'm kind of wondering, since it's Nickelodeon movies, maybe there'll be a thing like, if the movie's successful, we'll pull a Barnyard or Jimmy Neutron and put the series after the movie. You know what I'm saying, Gabby?
Wait, say that one more time?
Because you know how with Jimmy Neutron and Barnyard, they came out with movies first, and then they brought out a TV series with both?
I did not know that.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I personally would prefer if they came out with it, even just to see if, people still want to watch Rugrats, or if, with Nickelodeon's, bringing in younger viewers, if, even the kids want to see, a new Rugrats. You know what I'm saying?
That would be cool. Heck, who knows? We might get something along the lines of, like, now we see Tommy and the gang raising their own kids.
But as I said before, given that quote from Levy, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the babies again. So, which I'm down for too. But
that would be awesome too, because I don't know, they just had so much of an appeal as characters.
Yeah, I think so too.
The dynamic was very interesting.
So, all right. So I think we'll leave it there. So, all right, guys. So. Thanks again for watching. Thanks, Gabby, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And hopefully we'll have some more Comic-Con trailers. I really hope that there's going to be more than just Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and Star.
We shall see.
Hope so. And please let me know your thoughts on the Rugrats reboot. Are you down for this, or are you creeped out? If they announce anything Rugrats related at Comic-Con, I'll be sure to let you guys know, because I definitely want to see this through, and I am going to watch it. I'm not just going to say, all right, that's it. No, I hope they cancel it. Like, that's a terrible mindset. So, leave it here, guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks, Gabby, for coming on, and I will see you all later.
Bye!
Hey, guys. Be sure to like this Blood Moon Bobby video if you enjoyed it. Please share this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. Be sure to ring the notification bell to be notified about my latest upload. Follow me on my social media pages at Blood Moon Bobby to find out about what I'll be covering next and for more of my opinions. Thanks for watching.